I heard there was rumors, people talking that you guys don't want a rehydration clause in the event if the fight does happen. Do you guys not want one?
Give a damn about that. It only gets so big, it get too big, then that's on him.
Yeah, people want to see that fight, and maybe they see that fight. We don't know yet, right? But maybe they see that fight, and I'm always open to good fights,
Terence Crawford has stirred up excitement in the boxing world by calling out Canelo Alvarez over his demand for a rehydration clause in their potential fight. This clause, often controversial, limits how much weight a fighter can regain after the weigh-in, and Crawford isn't holding back in expressing his displeasure with it. Adding fuel to the fire, Bernie Davis, a key member of Team Crawford, recently revealed in an interview that the highly anticipated bout between Crawford and Canelo is tentatively scheduled for September 13th. Although the fight hasn't been officially confirmed yet, Bernie's comments have sparked widespread speculation and excitement among fans and analysts alike. He mentioned that Crawford is ready to make a bold move up to 168 pounds to challenge Canelo for his trio of super middleweight titles. This would be a significant leap for Crawford, who has already proven his dominance in lower weight classes, and now looks to cement his legacy by taking on one of boxing's biggest stars. As details continue to emerge, the boxing community is buzzing with anticipation, eager to see if this potential super fight will become a reality. If it does, it promises to be one of the most thrilling matchups in recent memory, with both fighters bringing their unique styles and skills to the ring in what could be an epic showdown.
To 168, I wouldn't have to lose any weight. I wouldn't have to strain my body. I can just focus on getting stronger and getting sharper and just work on the things that I need to work on to fight a guy of that size.
You're on an 11-fight knockout streak. Is it important to you to continue that, or you just kind of take this fight as it happens?
I just take the fights how it happens. If the knockout come, it come. If it don't, I'm just looking at securing the victory at the end of the day. I never go in a fight looking for the knockout, but if it's there, I'm definitely going to take it.
Prediction on this one?
Like always, a victory.
All right, we'll see how it happens on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Terence Crawford, Israel Madrimov, Saturday from BMO Stadium here in Los Angeles. Champ, always good to see you. Good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Boxing fans have been buzzing with excitement for weeks over the potential clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, a fight rumored to take place in September. Now, for the first time, someone from inside the camps has seemingly confirmed that this matchup is more than just speculation. Bernie Davis, a prominent figure in Team Crawford, addressed the swirling rumors during an interview, revealing that the fight is scheduled for September 13th, even though it hasn't been officially announced yet. This revelation has only added to the growing anticipation surrounding the bout. Crawford, who has already made his mark in multiple weight divisions, is prepared to make a bold leap to 168 pounds to challenge Canelo for his trio of super middleweight titles. This move has ignited a mix of excitement and debate within the boxing community, as fans and analysts discuss the risks and rewards of Crawford stepping into the ring against one of the sport's biggest stars. While some applaud his ambition, others question whether he can handle the physical demands of fighting at a higher weight class. Regardless of the differing opinions, the potential showdown between Crawford and Canelo is shaping up to be one of the most talked about fights of the year, with the boxing world eagerly awaiting official confirmation. Fans have raised concerns about whether Terence Crawford, who has never competed at 168 pounds, should first establish himself in the super middleweight division before taking on a challenge as big as Canelo Alvarez. Many believe that jumping straight into a fight with Canelo without any prior experience at that weight could be risky. However, Bernie Davis from Team Crawford dismissed these concerns without hesitation, responding with a simple why he backed his confidence by pointing to Crawford's stellar achievements in the sport, being a 2-division undisputed champion, a 3-division unified titleist, and a 4-division world champion. These accolades, according to Bernie, speak for themselves and prove Crawford's ability to adapt and conquer any challenge, regardless of weight class. Despite this, critics were quick to respond, pointing out that while Crawford's record is undeniably impressive, Bernie conveniently avoided addressing the quality of opponents Crawford faced on his way to those titles. Many of his past opponents were viewed as beatable, which has fueled skepticism about whether Crawford is truly prepared to face a seasoned fighter like Canelo, who has been dominating at super middleweight. This debate continues to stir excitement and division within the boxing community as fans await further developments on this potential blockbuster fight. It's on, baby. September 13th, look forward to it, Crawford vs. Canelo. Yeah, it's confirmed. Crawford vs. Canelo, not the other way around, declared Bernie Davis in an interview with Fight Hype, sending shockwaves through the boxing world. His confident announcement has only added fuel to the growing anticipation surrounding this mega fight. Bernie didn't stop there, he took to social media to further hype the matchup, boldly proclaiming Terence Crawford as the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. He expressed unwavering confidence in Crawford's ability to step up to the challenge, predicting that it's only a matter of time before Crawford becomes the super middleweight champion of the world. With this kind of energy from Team Crawford, fans are eagerly awaiting official confirmation and can't wait to see if Crawford can indeed conquer the super middleweight division and dethrone Canelo Alvarez. While a large portion of boxing fans are excited about the potential showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, not everyone is convinced Crawford stands a real chance. Critics have raised concerns about several factors, including Crawford's age, his perceived lack of knockout power, and his inexperience at 168 pounds, all of which could put him at a disadvantage against a seasoned super middleweight like Canelo. Despite these doubts, many supporters argue that Crawford's unbeaten record and technical skill make him a dangerous opponent, with some even comparing his dominance to that of top contender David Benavidez. However, when you take a deeper dive into Crawford's 17-year career, questions start to emerge about the level of competition he's faced. Much of his success has come against fighters who weren't exactly considered elite in their divisions. A recent example that raised eyebrows was his fight at 154 pounds against Israil Madrimov last August. Expectations were high, but Crawford's performance didn't quite meet them. The fight turned out to be far more competitive than many anticipated, with the judges scoring at 115 to 112, 116-112 and 115 to 113 in Crawford's favor. While he secured the win, it was far from a dominant display, leaving some fans to wonder how he'll handle the leap to face a powerhouse like Canelo at super middleweight. The heart of the growing debate surrounding the potential Terence Crawford vs. Canelo Alvarez fight is the rehydration clause, a stipulation that restricts how much weight a fighter can gain after the official weigh-in. This clause has stirred considerable controversy, especially given the notable weight disparity between Crawford and Canelo. Crawford, who has competed in weight classes nearly 3 divisions below Canelo, would naturally be at a disadvantage in terms of size and strength. However, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, Crawford's longtime trainer, isn't fazed by the issue. In an interview with Ricky Ferlati of Ring Magazine, Bomac confidently dismissed any concerns about the rehydration clause. "I don't care how much weight an opponent gains after the weigh-in. If they overdo it and become sluggish, that's their problem, not ours," he stated, making it clear that Team Crawford isn't worried about Canelo's potential size advantage. Bomac emphasized that Crawford is fully prepared for any challenge that comes his way, regardless of weight dynamics, further fueling anticipation for what could be one of the year's biggest boxing events. As speculation intensifies, the boxing world is on the edge of its seat, eagerly awaiting official confirmation of what could become one of the most historic fights in recent memory. Fans and analysts alike are debating whether Terence Crawford's exceptional skill, speed, and versatility will be enough to overcome the sheer power and experience of Canelo Alvarez, the reigning superstar from Mexico. Crawford, known for his technical brilliance and unbeaten record, faces the daunting challenge of stepping into the ring against a fighter who has dominated at 168 pounds. On the other hand, Canelo's proven strength and experience in high-stakes bouts could be the deciding factor. While opinions remain divided, one thing is clear: the anticipation and excitement surrounding this potential megafight are reaching fever pitch, and the debate is only getting hotter as fans count down the days to a possible announcement.
So do you like Terence's chances even without a
I love Terence's chances. When it first came out of his mouth, he said he wanted to fight me.
And yeah, you guys have zero issues with.
I have no issues.
No issues.
Terence ain't got an issue with it. I ain't got it.
The reporter pressed further, questioning whether Brian "Bomac" McIntyre still believes Terence Crawford could secure a victory even without a rehydration clause in place. Without missing a beat, Bomac confidently reaffirmed his unwavering faith in Crawford, firmly stating that weight restrictions wouldn't make any difference in the outcome of the fight. His response made it clear Crawford's skills and preparation are all that matter, regardless of the circumstances. Ricky Ferlotti, the reporter, expressed some skepticism regarding the situation, pointing out that in the past, many fighters who were about to face much larger opponents often insisted on having a rehydration clause in place. This clause, he argued, was typically viewed as a way to level the playing field and ensure that smaller fighters wouldn't be at too much of a disadvantage when they faced off against heavier opponents. Ferlotti's comment reflected a common practice in the sport, where fighters often use such clauses to prevent the larger athlete from gaining excessive weight after the official weigh-in, potentially making the fight unfair. In response, Brian Bomac McIntyre, Terence Crawford's trainer, dismissed the idea of a rehydration clause outright, calling the concept utterly absurd. McIntyre didn't mince words as he criticized the notion of placing restrictions on how much weight a fighter can gain after stepping off the scale, emphasizing that such limitations should not play a role in the sport. He argued that once the weigh-in is done, it should be entirely up to each fighter to manage their own weight in whatever way they see fit. According to Bomac, fighters are professionals, and part of being a top-tier athlete is understanding how to handle the natural fluctuations in weight. He expressed a strong belief that such clauses are unnecessary and that the fight should be decided based on skill, not weight management rules. This confident stance further emphasized Team Crawford's belief in Crawford's abilities and their readiness to take on Canelo Alvarez without needing special concessions. McIntyre made it clear that, in his view, fighters should simply step into the ring and compete like true professionals without the need for any added conditions or special considerations. He emphasized that both fighters had already agreed to the bout, and there should be no further discussion about weight limits or rehydration clauses once that agreement is made. They should just fight, he declared confidently, signaling his belief that the heart of boxing lies in the competition itself. Bomac's statement reflected his unshakable faith in Crawford's abilities, asserting that Crawford's skill and preparation would ultimately determine the outcome of the fight. McIntyre firmly believes that Crawford's technical mastery, mental toughness, and fight IQ are more than enough to overcome any physical disadvantage that might arise from the weight difference. For him, the ability to adapt and perform at the highest level, regardless of the circumstances, is what sets Crawford apart. McIntyre's comments were a clear message that, for Team Crawford, the fight should be decided based on true athleticism and fighter's skill, rather than any weight-related stipulations or other external factors. This attitude only reinforces the confidence that Crawford and his camp have heading into this monumental matchup with Canelo Alvarez.
You know, in the past, most guys, when they're fighting bigger guys like that, that's going to be the first thing that they want.
That's some pussy shit. That's some weak shit. Oh, you can't come in this much and shit. Oh, man, get the fuck out of here. It's boxing. You got on the scale, I made the weight, regardless when I come back, ass. Hey, you accepted the fight, let's get in there and fight like men. Simple as that.
Appreciate you, Bomac. Thanks for the time, man.
The confusion surrounding the rehydration clause likely originated after the Ryan Garcia vs. Gervonta Davis fight, where the term first gained widespread attention among both boxing enthusiasts and casual fans. In that highly publicized bout, the concept of a rehydration clause became a key point of discussion and debate, especially as it was presented as a way to ensure a fairer fight between opponents of different sizes. Following the Garcia-Davis matchup, the idea of a rehydration clause gained even more prominence, and it quickly became a talking point in future fights. This increased focus led to misconceptions and mixed interpretations, particularly around its purpose and how it could potentially impact the outcome of a fight. As such, it is now crucial to clarify the issue and better communicate the true intent of rehydration clauses within the sport. By providing clear and accurate information about their use and the reasoning behind them, the boxing world can avoid further misunderstandings that arise from unclear explanations or misplaced assumptions. Given that these clauses can significantly influence how a fight unfolds, ensuring that both fighters and fans fully understand the implications is essential. Transparency in these matters will help maintain the integrity of the sport and ensure that all parties involved are on the same page moving forward, especially as more high-profile matches like the Crawford vs. Canelo showdown loom on the horizon. To provide some important context, boxing promoter Eddie Hearn recently addressed the current status of the potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, emphasizing that while discussions have been ongoing, the official contracts for the fight have yet to be signed. This means that, despite the growing excitement and anticipation surrounding the matchup, nothing is fully confirmed just yet. However, Hearn made it clear that there is a strong possibility that two boxing superstars could square off during the Mexican Independence Day weekend in September, a date that would not only mark a significant moment in the boxing calendar but also provide an exciting backdrop for one of the most highly anticipated clashes in recent memory. Should everything fall into place and the details get ironed out, September could see one of the most intriguing and action-packed matchups of the year. As Terence Crawford has consistently stated, the fight is expected to take place at 168 pounds, a weight class where Canelo has been dominant in recent years. No rehydration clause is reportedly going to be in effect for this fight, allowing both fighters to enter the ring without any weight restrictions after the official weigh-in. According to ESPN's Boxing Insider, this condition has been made clear by both camps, and it represents a key element in the build-up to this potential showdown. This fight, if it does indeed materialize, will not only showcase the skills of two of the best fighters in the world but also serve as a defining moment in the ongoing saga of boxing's most thrilling matchups. Fans and analysts alike are waiting to see whether this highly anticipated event will come to fruition and what the future holds for both champions. For boxing fans, the potential showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez represents a dream matchup, a rare opportunity to witness two of the sport's elite fighters go head-to-head in what could be one of the most significant and thrilling contests in recent memory. The fight is filled with high stakes, as it has the potential to determine who truly deserves the coveted title of pound-for-pound king in boxing, a title that is fiercely contested among the sport's top athletes. Both Crawford and Canelo have long been regarded as two of the best in the world, with each fighter carving out an incredible legacy in their respective weight divisions. Terence Crawford, who has dominated in multiple weight classes, is expected to make the significant leap from light middleweight to super middleweight for this bout, a move that comes with its own set of challenges and questions. This transition will require Crawford to not only face an
Take the fights how it happens. If the knockout come, it come. If it don't, I'm just looking at securing the victory at the end of the day. I never go in a fight looking for the knockout, but if it's there, I'm definitely going to take it.
Prediction on this one?
Like always, a victory.
All right, we'll see how it happens on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Terence Crawford, Israel Madrimov, Saturday from BMO Stadium here in Los Angeles. Champ, always good to see you. Good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Don't get me wrong, he's a good fighter. He's really good abilities and everything. And maybe we will see that fight. Maybe. We don't know yet.
Canelo, look, something you said to me a while ago really resonated. You said basically, if somebody's going to disrespect me, I don't want to punish them in the ring and beat them up and say, hey, here's, all this money, because everyone always makes their career high payday facing you, right?
Likelihood of a fight with you and Terence Crawford, it would be one of the biggest in boxing.
We don't talking about yet about the fight. Me and you're gonna know each other, and then we wanna see what happened.
And when do you want to get out next? I know you're here in London tonight. When are you going to be in a camp?
Huh?
When are you going to be in a camp? I know you're
in camp, training camp in March.
Okay, so
at the beginning of the middle of the February or March, yeah.
Out the projected odds that came out. One of the odds projectors say Canelo is opening up as the favorite, -130. Crawford is +100. That's damn near 50-50. Another one says Canelo Alvarez is the favorite, -185. Crawford is the underdog, only +55. Let me tell you something. If those are the odds on my bookie come day one, I'm max betting Canelo Alvarez. I could give a damn. Y'all mean to tell me that y'all think it's 50-50? I'ma empty my account on Canelo Alvarez. I don't have to bet KO, none of that shit. If y'all think it's that close, I'ma empty my account. $30,000, I can give a shit. I'm about to come up. I was gonna bet on Crawford thinking he'd be the huge underdog. Y'all got it that narrow?
An opponent with a significant size and power advantage but also adapt his fighting style to a heavier division. The move up in weight class has intrigued fans and analysts, as it presents a new dynamic in Crawford's already impressive career, showcasing his versatility and willingness to take on new challenges. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez, the reigning champion in the super middleweight division, has long been a dominant figure in the sport, known for his power, skill, and ability to control the pace of a fight. This matchup with Crawford would not only test his own skills against an undefeated fighter but also challenge his status as one of boxing's top stars. This fight could very well become one of the biggest spectacles of 2025, captivating audiences around the world. Fans are eagerly awaiting what promises to be an intense battle between two fighters at the peak of their careers, each with the ambition to prove they are the best in the world. With both men hungry for victory, the stakes are incredibly high, and the anticipation continues to grow as the fight approaches. The outcome of this clash could reshape the landscape of boxing, solidifying one of these two men as the undisputed pound-for-pound king of the sport. In a candid interview with IFL TV, boxing promoter Eddie Hearn acknowledged the considerable challenge Terence Crawford faces in his potential showdown against Canelo Alvarez, noting that Crawford would be at a significant physical disadvantage in this highly anticipated generational clash. Hearn emphasized the magnitude of the spectacle, stating, "It's a massive spectacle." He added, "Crawford's coming up really 3 weight classes. He's physically disadvantaged in the fight, but he's a brilliant pound-for-pound fighter. It's 2 generational greats fighting each other." The fight, which has the boxing world buzzing, will bring together 2 of the most accomplished fighters in the sport, each with a legacy of dominance in their respective weight divisions. One of the major talking points surrounding this potential fight is the issue of a rehydration clause. According to Hearn, the inclusion of such a clause would have led Canelo to walk away from the fight opportunity. When asked why Crawford has not pushed for a rehydration provision in the fight, Hearn explained bluntly, "Canelo would never do it." The rehydration clause has become a crucial point of debate in the build-up to this matchup, especially given the significant weight difference between the 2 fighters. Crawford, moving up from welterweight, will need to adjust to the super middleweight division, a jump that raises questions about his ability to match the size and strength of the Mexican champion. Canelo Crawford, known for his relentless approach to boxing, has always embraced the philosophy that boxing is about facing new challenges and constantly evolving. Whether it's bulking up to compete at a higher weight class or conquering multiple divisions, Crawford has consistently pushed the boundaries of what's possible in the sport. This mindset, coupled with his 41-0 record, has driven him to the brink of what could be one of the most historic fights in boxing history against fellow 4-division champion Saul Canelo Alvarez. The fight, which is tentatively set for September, gained even more attention when Crawford was seen at the weigh-in for his gym buddy Steven Nelson's main event against Canelo's WBO #1 ranked opponent, Diego Pacheco. In an exclusive interview with Boxing Scene at the Cosmopolitan, Crawford shared his thoughts on the challenge ahead, explaining, "That's what great fighters are all about, testing yourself against all the odds." Crawford's words reflect the mindset that has propelled him to the pinnacle of the sport. Now, as he prepares to face one of the most formidable opponents in boxing, his undefeated record and his reputation as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters will be put to the test. As the fight draws nearer, anticipation continues to build. Crawford, having successfully reigned as the undisputed welterweight champion, is now preparing to take on Canelo Alvarez, who has long been the dominant force in the super middleweight division. The matchup promises to be a defining moment in the sport, one that will determine who truly deserves the title of the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world. Both fighters have the skill, power, and experience to claim victory, but only one will emerge as the ultimate champion. The boxing world eagerly awaits confirmation of what could be one of the biggest and most impactful fights of 2025.